Hi everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Vaadwaur, and with me once again is...
Particle Smash!
Yes.
I love that title.
Yeah, it's a nice... Actually, I think they said there was supposed to be a perk that came with that.
Might be.
But I didn't... But yeah, like I didn't notice anything specific.
Yeah, I probably should have been paying attention when I logged in. Granted, it was a surprise to get that title, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, for me, I had seen it come up in the... it was mentioned in the patch notes, but they called it a perk. But when I saw it in my log when I logged in after the patch, it just said I got a new title. So maybe it is only the title.
Maybe.
Those be under.
Oh well.
The way they log achievements is unfortunately kind of bad.
Yeah.
I need to... Yeah, like they need to really sort that out one of these days. Samba Master. and for some reason...
imbued with the brave spirits of the dinosaurs?
Yeah. For some reason, that one's not under events, even though that's what it was. Go figure. General accolades...
Hey, point is, they added a new title for the
if you got anything
5th anniversary stuff.
Yeah, if you got any particles during the event, if you got any particles during the event, they gave you a new title, Particle Smasher.
Which I am currently using because it's hilarious.
And it's a pretty great title, yeah.
Also, it makes me think of the Hulk. Which makes me think of Avengers Age of Ultron, which I'm going to be seeing in like 2 months.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
They absolutely need to reorganize these because they are all messed up.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Like they have a whole section for reputation achievements, but the only reputation achievement that's there... The heck? I have 2 X2 Tours of Duty achievements that are not unlocked. I should probably... Okay. I should probably talk to some people at Space Dock and Starfleet Academy, because those... But yeah, the thought I had was that there is a whole achievement section for reputation achievements, except the only one that's there is the 8472 Counter Command. Whereas if you scroll up to if you scroll up to General Accolades, that's where the Romulan Republic is. That's where Dyson Joint Command is. That's where 8472 Counter Command has their tier 5 one. So,
oops.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, they'll fix it eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they could honestly just take the whole accolade thing and make it much like WoW's achievement browser or whatever.
Yeah, or most other MMOs, to be quite honest. It's still, it is a huge mess.
Yes.
Anyway, last time we just patrolled the Delta Quadrant.
Yeah, that took a long time.
Yeah, so we're gonna do something a little bit more interesting this time.
More Kobali Prime stuff.
Yeah.
The last of it, I believe.
Well, we'll try to do the last of it. I mean, we'll see how far we get, but at this point, you should be able to do you should be at a high enough level to be able to do the last 3 missions.
I better be at a high enough level to do the last 3 missions. I hit 60 between last time and now, because, stuff.
Alright, so last time we were here on Kobali Prime, we learned that the Vaadwaur had developed a chemical agent that they were injecting into their soldiers that made them immune to the Kobali regeneration procedure. They were also developing a chemical that would basically apply that to already existing Kobali and basically kill them all. So
bioweapons.
Yeah. So we're going to now try and destroy the Vaadwaur's ability to do this. Alright, so go to the mountain, complete the open mission, breaking the gates.
Transport time.
Transport time. So that one should be... Yeah. So, yeah, you just need to warp to the upper mountain, or upper hillside base. Yeah.
I believe, is this one of the ones that gives us items now, too?
Yes. Probably mentioned it last time, but yeah, Cryptic added a ancient power cell daily reward to... Oh yeah, this is in fact one of them. To a few of the existing missions, the open missions, to be quite honest, but it's... So in order to have these missions, so this one here at the gates and the other one even trigger, you need to have someone that's actually on the quest in the area. They don't necessarily need to be in your party, because it is since it's an open mission, it will just trigger for anyone that's in the area. Mm-hmm. But if there's no one nearby that is actually on the mission, the open mission will actually not activate. So, sometimes you can show up here and there's someone already doing the mission, and then you just slide right in and get all the rewards. And sometimes you need to actually go back into town, pick up the mission yourself, come back here and find that someone's already on the mission.
Yep, sucks if you're playing at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Anyway, though, like...
Well, not really, because I know this game has a very high, German population.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's funny, because I have those pop-up messages still, and all the time I see them coming up in German.
Yeah, there's a lot of those messages come up in German, yeah.
I just know, I've just heard in general, Germany has a very high number of Star Trek fans, because I know there's... I mean, there are conventions there big enough to draw in, the people from the show, like Shatner and...
Oh, nice.
Well, I don't know about Shatner, but, Jonathan Frakes and, Marina Sirtis and all that. I'm sure there are Trek fans everywhere, but it's you never hear about, them going to Japan or something like that.
Yeah. Well, one of the benefits for a place like Germany as well is that it's very central in Europe, but it's
so
also
if you're in
but it's also
France or England, it's not too much of a pain.
Well, if you're anywhere in Europe, it's pretty easy to get to Germany, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
But the other benefit is that even though yes, it has its own language. It is still very English.
Well, German is actually the closest language to English as it is to, so that also helps. Linguistically speaking.
Yeah, I guess that's... Oh, that's weird. I got a completion reward for something. And
I did too.
Yeah, and it wasn't for this, so okay, whatever. Whatever.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
3 bonus marks for a reputation I'm not really using right now, but might later.
I will actually still need some of those once I get enough of the ancient power cells, because I have enough to build the rest of the space set. I don't have enough if I want the weapons. Let alone if I want to get the ground set. which I'll probably want to get the ground set eventually.
Yeah, I was stockpiled the
Also, like
marks.
Honestly, like the 1 day's worth, like a bonus day's worth of those marks is worth like another 340 dilithium. So that's not a bad turnaround, honestly.
And actually, dilithium's what I need right now. Anyway.
Yeah. So while we're sitting here waiting for this choke point to take command, we can talk about some of the news from this week, which there was some interesting stuff. The first thing was in this week's patch, Cryptic added a memorial for Spock on both one's on Vulcan, of course, and one. Actually, no,
New Romulus.
Yeah, one's a New Romulus. One's a New Romulus. One's in Vulcan.
You're right.
Yeah, so there's only the two. Which like that's a really nice thing for them to do.
Yeah, I mean it's funny because from the perspective of the people in this game, Spock has been dead for like 30 years.
Yes. Yeah, so it is kind of...
It is nice to do for learning.
Yeah, it is a little strange conceptually, because, yeah, like, they weren't aware that he was even still alive. I could see the one for New Romulus being a recent one, because, to be quite honest, I would say that in terms of the storyline, it's actually only fairly recently that his actions within the events that caused the destruction of Romulus has kind of been like cleared, so to speak. So like on that front, it's like okay, yeah, I understand why they would like by now put a memorial up. The one on Vulcan.
See, on Vulcan, I just want to believe that the Vulcans are just that much into bureaucracy where it actually took that long to get all the paperwork and shit done.
Sure. You know what? Yeah.
Excellent work. Victory is close now. All we need to do is destroy the stored chemicals and take their final command. We're about to...
That is not the right...
Is it just me, or is this voice not matching this character?
That is not the right voice. Or, more specifically, I imagine that is not the right character. Okay.
This is kind of hilarious.
That is a little on the weird side. Alright, you can pick up the next one from here, right?
I did.
Yeah, I can't.
I'll wait for you.
Actually, could you try to share it?
That would be with Our Last Breath?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, excellent.
Sharing is caring.
Okay, so now we are actually going to push forward and destroy the chemicals, which is the second mission that awards you with the
Ancient Power Cell.
Yes.
Which, of course, you can only get it from one, I
No,
think.
you can get it from both.
Okay, cool.
Yep, so
cool.
so you
Sweet.
can get
Extra Power Cell.
So you can get 2 a day for doing these standalone missions. Which, like, you know, that's to be honest, like if you look at where you can get them for the other missions that they added the secondary currencies to, which was the Borg ones on the Defuri Adventure Zone, like they added those effects to like 8 Borg missions. But due to how they work, I think it's also very similar that you can only manage to do a few of them at a time. Also,
plus getting the Borg items not hard. I mean,
yes, yeah, like getting the
unless
Borg,
you're paired up with complete idiots.
Yeah, getting the Borg
Infected Space Advance is like the easiest thing to do.
Yeah,
certainly the easiest advanced queue to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I take it back. Crystalline Entity is actually probably easier.
Crystalline Entity is pretty easy. Which brings me to the second.
I know, convenient segue.
There is a new Crystalline Entity event going on It's the same as the event has always been. The unique reward this time for getting the 14, getting the item for doing it 14 days, is a interesting torpedo in that it is not a kinetic damage torpedo, and thus it doesn't benefit from all the plus kinetic damage consoles. It's actually an anti-proton torpedo.
Which is great, because guess what the most common damage type is?
Yeah, one of the most common damage types for endgame is anti-proton. So it synergizes with everything you're already using.
Yeah, I'll have to, once it's 2 weeks from now is when I'll be able to check it out, but see how it works.
Yeah. I know that some people have actually been kind of complaining about how it doesn't actually scale as much as other torpedoes, even though it synergizes with the consoles they're probably already using, because the event is running for longer than 14 days. There are people who stockpiled, probably more than 14 of them the last time. So,
yeah,
they got the item on the first day.
I mean, honestly, next summer, time rolls about, going to be pretty stocked up.
Yeah, I only did 5 extra days of that myself. I have a 200 of the 200 accumulation buffer, which victory. Yep. So we have saved the Kobali from the chemical attacks.
Vaadwaur would return at any moment. I suggest we pull back to the city.
Alright, these missions were actually a lot shorter than I thought they were. I thought that they were slightly more involved than just doing the open mission. In which case, I should actually probably just start replaying those open missions instead of just running out here and hoping that the missions are already ongoing, because then not only am I getting the prizes from doing the open mission, I'm also getting the prizes from doing the mission as well.
Yeah.
We have a point, Captain Pym, but I believe it would be better discussed in a more secure location.
God, get married already.
Let's head back to town.
Go talk to General O'Neill.
Yeah, I guess it's not a whole lot of bonus skill points, but it's some bonus skill points, yeah. And then you get...
This one actually grants an ancient power cell.
Really? For doing it the first time?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe it did for me and I'm just forgetting. I've got 4. I need one more before I can start building the next space item. Alright, so then... Oh yeah, and those have a 30-minute cooldown, which goes with some of the changes they made last week with rewards and stuff, because now we get... Actually, I didn't get any ore from doing those missions, but it's probably because there's... Actually, no. That's kind of odd. I don't think I got any ore from that. Or maybe it's just not reporting it correctly. Oh yeah, it's probably just not reporting it correctly, because I have... a lot more dilithium in my unrefined dilithium than I should have had otherwise. Yeah, so now we got one more Act 3 mission. This one should actually just be a more standard mission.
Yeah, we have to talk to Harry.
Yeah. And to enter the temple, and this one only awards skill points and expertise, not even an item.
Have invited us to their temple to discuss the status of the Vaadwaur stasis pods.
Alright, let's head over to the temple and see the status of these pods.
I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure there's not a clone of Harry Kim in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, probably not.
Sorry, not clone, alternate universe double.
Yep. Yeah, he Absolutely not. There's no way. I mean, he's right there in front of us.
Yeah. I said alternate universe double.
Ah, those don't exist. Like, you remember, alternate universe guys are all evil and they look kind of weird.
No, I said alternate universe, not mirror universe. Because, I mean, technically Chris Pine Kirk and Zachary Quinto Spock, those are alternate universe guys. And Anton Yelchin Chekhov, who probably has a more hilarious accent than Walter Koenig Chekhov.
Alright.
Temple.
Yeah, let's go through the temple.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah, we got a scientist up here to talk to.
Tired of being slow. Gonna catch up to you.
Get faster.
Gonna catch up to you again. I am faster.
Thank you for meeting us here. We have spoken with delegates from the Alliance and have come to an agreement about the Vaadwaur. We will cease reviving Vaadwaur from stasis pods that are failing and ensure the upkeep on said pods.
So you know what you want to say, and I know
Yeah.
what I want to say.
I think you could probably choose your own.
Yeah, I think we can.
Forces have shown us that we can come to a peaceful solution. In the meantime, we shall continue to use this area.
Yeah, so I told him, like, yeah, you should stop using their dead pods, even though, yes, technically speaking, they are dead pods.
Yes, I know it may seem grim to you, but for us, this shall be a place where those who have lost their lives await to have a new life given to them. In time, we are sending scouting ships to several planets that the Vaadwaur have.
Are you ready to leave? I think we've done everything we can.
Yeah, so their current plan now to get more bodies is to go to the planets that the Vaadwaur have raised and
Thank you again.
ask people nicely if they can have their
Clear
bodies,
this up and can move forward with the Kobali. Let's
which
head back.
I'm not...
Please, can I have your dad? Actually, really what they're going through is going through space, going, bring out your dad.
Yeah,
Ringing a bell.
pretty much. Oh yeah, so this is the cutscene I was mentioning. So when we did that video on the on Dust to Dust,
I know any foreshadowing mystery is lost right now.
yeah, when I did the video on Dust to Dust, that was the cutscene I was referring to. So since we did Dust to Dust in a bonus video, if you were waiting for the story to catch up, it hasn't quite yet, but that one scene is basically the one that really is probably the most important one in order for Dust to Dust to make sense. But there is one more. There's really just one more mission that needs to be done before like Dust to Dust really, like before you stop having all the spoilers. Oh, that one gave me 1 expertise, which I guess, to be fair, it was just a cutscene.
Yeah. So we're done with Kobali Prime now?
Yes. I need to just take a quick look at the episode list. So with the anniversary event over, yep, there we go. They added Dust to Dust as a new level 60 mission after you complete What's Left Behind, which makes perfect sense, to be quite honest. So that means Revolution's our next mission, is it?
Yep.
Because we did Better with Friends last time.
Yep.
All right. So now we're getting back to the main storyline. We're going to hook back up with Commander Eldex, which we met not last week, but the week before.
The good Vaadwaur.
We'll put that in quotation marks.
Good-ish Vaadwaur.
Yeah.
The Vaadwaur who's not stupid.
So he wants to meet us in a Hirogen spot of town. So, oh, there you go. Now it's actually also saying how much dilithium ore this mission's worth.
We
With
so we have to go with the Moliness system.
192. That's not a whole lot for a full-on mission. Like considering that just this week they patched the system patrols to be a fixed like 380, regardless of their length or difficulty. Which, to be fair, they're not really all that long or difficult for the most part. Although there are some that are very long, not difficult, but very long.
Like last week.
Yeah. Oh, nope. This is in the next sector block.
Yes, it is.
Alright, and so while we're moving to the next sector block, we'll talk about the third piece of news from this week, which is that there is a new R&D box promotion. And the promotion is the return of the Jem'Hadar attack ship. This time,
Not
though,
just the return, the upgrade.
it is a full-on upgrade. So while the original Jem'Hadar attack ship could be upgraded to Tier 5U, they have released a brand new Tier 6 Jem'Hadar strike ship. The interesting thing about the Jem'Hadar strike ship is that even though it is a full-on T6 ship, it is basically exactly the same as the T5U, other than it comes with a new console, and it comes with a new console,
skin.
It comes with a new skin. It comes with a ship trait, and that ship trait looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
If you are an escort pilot, it is a very good ship trait. And
Yes, it is.
And it has both an intelligence and a command specialization bridge officer slot.
Yeah, that was the most interesting thing. It has like I want to say it's
a
science command and no tech.
It's a
Tactical intel and
tactical
science command.
yes,
I think
that's what it is. But otherwise, it is the same statistically as a T5U attack ship. Which
All right, shout out to Billy and the USS Bruce Campbell. Groovy.
RW boat anchor.
Yeah, that works. I can see the Scimitar being used as a boat anchor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see the guy who like the day before spent like 300 million on a Jem'Hadar bug, like the old one.
Yeah. I mean the new bug. The two bugs are still basically just as good. But yeah, that ship trait is really damn good. Because what is it? It's for every critical hit, you extend the length of
cannon rapid
fire by
3 seconds,
and it can only trigger every 5 seconds. And
still,
you're still probably going to get a lot more cannon rapid fire out of it because you are shooting so many cannon shots. Mm-hmm. So, probably on average, you're going to have the extension trigger every time it comes off cooldown.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that's basically a 50% length increase, roughly, on cannon rapid fire. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
If I flew escorts, I would definitely really be interested in getting the new bug. Also, they have clarified that if you have either bug, it doesn't matter which one, either one will still unlock getting the bug summon for the Dreadnought carrier, which is good. I'd actually been thinking recently that, the nice thing about this giveaway is primarily that the bug has been, and always has been, an incredibly rare ship.
My friend.
Yes, it has also been my. I still wish that I could rebox my bug just to save space because, I managed to get one. I was fortunate enough to win one when it was a random drop. And I unboxed it because I wanted the bug summon for my Jem'Hadar Dreadnought carrier. But I am never going to fly the bug because I don't fly escorts. I shouldn't say I would never, but I don't fly escorts, so I don't have the gear to make the bug worthwhile.
Yeah.
I wish I could just box it back up or like release it to save space and not have to reacquire the bug entirely. Like, this is something Cryptic really needs to fix for all of their event and prize ships.
Yeah. That would be helpful.
So, like, yeah, they need to fix that real badly, because, like, right now I have so many ship slots, and all but a handful of them are ships I can actually release safely.
Yeah. So we have to go look for the Hirogen ship, the specific Hirogen ship. Also, if you haven't noticed, I caved and bought a command battlecruiser.
Yay! Speaking of people who...
The tactical one.
Speaking of people who fly specific types of ships.
Yeah, I spent the whole week, like, grinding out beams.
You have trespassed. This is our space.
Yeah, so...
So let's see how this works out for us.
Well, what kind of... did you go for dual beams, or did you go for...
No. Arrays.
Arrays?
Yeah.
Alright. Because it is actually fast enough to make... well, I guess if you had a...
It is, but I figure I can use the dual beams on, like, anything I get later.
Yeah. Yeah, like, for me, like, one of the main things is that I have gear sets for fast cruisers, which, like, the command battlecruiser is not really so much a fast cruiser. It's not that... It's a 8 base turn rate, and the fast cruisers tend to be 9 and 10. So it's close, but it's still not... It's not quite fast.
Turning fast enough for my...
Oh yeah, it is absolutely turning fast enough. But for me, I've already built up a turn rate plus focused fast cruiser set. Speaking of which, I actually meant to switch that for this week's video, but whatever. I'll do that for next time, because I actually wanted to test out the how good my fast cruiser build works on the battlecruiser, because I realized as I was leveling my battlecruiser that, and people can actually see it here as I'm sort of turning, the command battlecruiser, if you have a high enough turn rate, like, because it's still a cruiser, it has a fairly low inertia rating, so it slides, which is really kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
My Elachi Monbosch cruiser actually does the same thing. Its base turn rate is something like 12, so it's by default kind of crazily fast for a cruiser. But we need to stop this guy because he's trying to break the communication hub. But yeah, like the
Stupid Hirogen, breaking what they don't understand, what they built.
Yeah, like the Monbosch is already kind of ridiculously fast for...
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that, actually.
For what kind of ship it is. And it's got a low...
Will be behind a locked door on the bridge.
There we go. So we unseal this door. It's got a fairly low inertia rating, much like other cruisers. So, like, it almost by default, even if you weren't speccing heavily on turn rate, it would slide around a lot, which is kind of hilarious. I should play around with my Monbosch more, with that specifically. Like, finish building the give it my my fast cruisers build and see how ridiculous it slides.
Transporter standing by.
I should do that someday because I imagine it would be pretty hilarious. But yeah, the command battlecruiser has a low enough inertia rating that it slides pretty hilariously, and I imagine that if I used my my fast cruiser build, which is also a dual beam bank, but since it's using the counter command stuff, it's phaser based instead of tetrions. I imagine it would slide pretty silly there because the counter command set is also very turn rate focused.
Yeah.
So you're using.
I actually remember sliding around a lot in the racing ship.
Yes.
The Rising Corvette. I remember sliding around a lot using that.
The Corvette or the well, actually, yeah, the Corvette's the escort one. Huh. It's actually kind of unusual. I think it's kind of strange that one would actually.
It's just how I had it equipped.
Yeah, possibly. So here we are piloting some. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't like these missions because they don't keep the commands anywhere near what your ship is, so it's just whatever. It's better than it was before because any ship or any mission that gave you a ship before, it was a long time ago, didn't it would fully mess up your regular ship's loadouts. Not just not just with the ship that you're flying temporarily get a little messed up, but all when you go back to your regular ship, it would be all messed up again.
Well, I still have the thing where occasionally when I beam up from Earth space dock, my bridge officers and stuff will just be unslotted.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know.
I've actually had a few times going into Crystalline Entity too.
Unacceptable. The Benthans are performing their assigned duties and have no way of knowing who or what they are.
That's not a risk I'm willing to take.
Alright, so yeah, Eldex wants to blow up the Benton ship, and we're like, that's entirely unnecessary.
Oh, Renegade Paragon.
None of us want to answer. The Benthans must be silenced.
I mean, you could try voting for the other one and see what happens then. So far...
Renegades.
Okay, apparently it randomly chose you.
Renegade.
And gave me that accomplishment.
It was for the good of the mission. I would expect a former board to understand.
I imagine I probably already had the other side of that accolade, because I would have.
See, I did you a favor.
Also, it was great because it showed you destroying the ship. It wouldn't even it still wouldn't let me target. So you actually had to. Right now. Okay, there we go.
And 7 yelled at me for that.
Oh yeah, seven yelled at. Well, actually, 7 yelled in general, saying that the ship didn't need to be destroyed. But yeah, all right, that was.
They could have talked.
I'm not entirely sure if it just randomly chose yours or if it let.
It did because it had a list of votes.
Yeah, it did, but it didn't let me target the Benton ship, and then you started firing on it. So I don't know if it actually gave us both our options. It's just that because you were the one who chose to destroy it, you had to actually do the job. I imagine that the way they have the system set up is that if there is a tie, it just randomly selects one of the options.
Probably. That's what Old Republic did.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hilarious when we played with 4 people.
To be fair, though, we also had... We tended to have groups of people who thought among the same way.
109947.
Verification accepted. Due to heightened
No, see, when we played, we had, like, you were good, Fleet was dark. I was pragmatic, and Imban just didn't care. Imban did what was hilarious. And I'll point out, the two Sith were the ones who weren't, like, blatantly evil.
That game, though, had...
and provide the proper security codes.
We'll just...
My predecessor was more lax in her handling of security measures. She has
Verification code Alpha 4742. Commander Eldex and Squadron reporting.
code accepted, Commander.
Oh, good thing we're going with the commander this time.
The outer orbit ring.
Yeah, yelling apparently didn't work this time.
Yeah.
Scans. Fly like you belong here.
But yeah, yeah,
Fly casual.
the Old Republic had a lot of really weird morality choices.
BioWare games are terrible to never
Yeah.
early choices.
Yeah.
I like how they're referencing the previous mission with the hologram thing.
Yep. Yeah, because they have all these ships scanning at every stage.
More than expected.
Also, like, these are... The ones that are actually doing the scanning are an interesting design that I don't think we see too often. Because usually when they send out the heavy ships for missions, it's usually the heavy artillery vessel.
Putting a great deal
We probably,
Yeah, I wonder if there's even supposed to be a ship at all, or if it's just supposed to be like some kind of placement.
I think we've seen them once before as an actual enemy ship. Like here's one flying right behind us. So you can see it's clearly a standard
yeah.
ship.
Normally flying like I'm drunk.
To achieve that, including betraying Gaul to save us all.
That rhymes.
Yep.
It is time for someone with a stronger resolve to take up the cause that Gaul has abandoned. More ships in the system than I had anticipated.
Alright, well now we're close enough, we'll beam back down to the planet. Going back to the same plane place we were at before.
There we go. It's weird, it keeps repositioning the...
It could be based on the order you have them in your stations window. Like, do you tend to have Elsa Flores in the first slot?
So focused on keeping
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably what it is.
looking for trouble on the ground. But try not to act suspicious. Our
Yes, they
soldiers
are.
aren't as
Don't
dumb.
lie, your soldiers are idiots.
You'll also need to place recording devices. So everything
So here we're going to try and we're trying to do real spy work to show that the Vaadwaur commanders are not what they appear.
Yeah, they're gonna use tech to spit the parasites out.
Yeah. I like how all of us are wearing full sets, but Seven is still having a exposed head. Also, she
At least she's...
Also, she looks just... Yeah, she still has Borg implants on, so... Okay.
She is a formerly unassimilated Vaadwaur. What? That happens.
Yeah. One of the things I also really like on every mission in STO that involves holograms is you can still see like the holographic wave go up. Mm-hmm. No one ever seems to notice that. Alright, so...
I'm assuming it's for your benefit, in case you get drunk and forgot that you were... thought your character actually looked like this.
Yeah, probably. So here we are, we're just running around.
I mean, I just... Ooh, stuff.
Scanning.
Don't mind me, just scanning. Scanning delicious particles.
So I just need to run around, set these disruptors, set the recording devices. There isn't even a idea of needing to do it while no one's watching because these guys are stupid enough to not care.
Yeah, see, despite what Eldak says, like, their guys are that stupid.
Alright, here's recording device.
So this totally reminds me of V.
Oh yeah? Alright, so we need to set a signal booster over here.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen V.
I haven't.
Basically, they expose the aliens on live television in a very press conferencey manner, similar to this.
Hey, what are you doing? No one is allowed back in.
Judo chop.
If we're finished here, I suggest we return to the crowd.
She doesn't even need the Vulcan nerve pinch. She's judo chopped into the back.
Just punch him right in the back. Works just as good.
Totally does.
Alright, so now we'll go take our place and watch the conference.
Watch the hilarity. Sure, this will go well.
Oh yeah, this will probably go real well. One of these days I should probably buy the Vaadwaur costume set from the Lobby store, because they look real good.
Someone found the guard. Quick, activate the device.
Oh, yep, it's... Oh, he just stepped out of the range of the disruptor. But, you know, that's good enough at least.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Yeah.
Enough! Why are you letting your eyes deceive you? This is a plot by our enemies. They're trying to divide us. I say no. We will stand strong, united. We are Vaadwaur, and we will conquer our enemies.
I'm not entirely sure how effective him trying to turn this around would have honestly been, but at the same time, we've also kind of seen that the Vaadwaur are not that intelligent in general, so probably would have worked anyway.
Yeah. To be fair, realistically, this is probably what would happen. Hell, this is what happened in V. Some were like, oh, it was a trick.
I think our time here is done. We should make our way to the extraction point.
Good
Yeah,
idea.
let's just get out of here now. So on your way out, you actually can shoot the fighting Vaadwaur if you so desire. But why? Actually,
I don't know who's on my side and who's on their side.
Yeah.
Do we have to kill these?
Yeah, these ones here, though, are ones we actually do have to take out because they're not fighting anyone else. I got stuck in the water a little bit. And now we need to get ourselves out of here and back to our ship.
Get
Or at
out!
least back to our borrowed ship.
And then just run away.
Yeah, we're going to get out of here just like we did the last time we came to this base.
I need to rally my people. The ones who aren't infected and who are willing to fight. The parasites will crush them if someone doesn't act.
Oh, but
My allies are holding one of the space docks in the outer
he wants us to at least help the fight a little bit on our way out. Because, you know, like, we're here after all. We might as well...
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do anyone any good if he dies.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently these things are called Vaadwaur Juggernauts.
Oh, okay.
They're charging their lasers.
We need to confirm the transmission made it to the array. Incoming hostiles. Handle them.
Oh. There it is, what I want. Yeah, so the ship that we're flying is basically a temporary use version of the actually the prize of the Vaadwaur lockbox. So it gives you the cannon barrage. I don't think it actually counts it as a console. No, it doesn't. It just gives you. Well, it basically just gives you straight up nothing but like damage boost consoles, which in a way, I mean, that's actually not that unreasonable because that's
what people will actually do.
Yeah, that kind of is what people would actually do for this type of ship. Now, like, it's maybe not as efficient at it, but it's basically what people would do with this ship. If nothing else, I would say that Cryptic is at least aware of the way people play their game when they design stuff like this.
Yeah, honestly, I think the only major change people would make is they'd slot emergency power to weapons instead of shields, and probably swap out the reverse shield polarity with directed energy modulation.
Yeah, probably.
And even then, that's like overly generalizing. It's just,
yeah,
that'd be the way to make the most DPS-y build. Also, it would have the kinetic cutting beam on there because everything has kinetic cutting beam.
Yeah, like what it's got for the rear slot, even like a torpedo in the rear slot. I'm not entirely sure if that's like if that's really that common in the current meta.
Not really.
I don't think it is because
I don't know if they do it anymore. I know back when what was it called?
Well, I could see it for PvP. Although if you have the
the patrol escort, I know a lot of people did like some people did like strafing run builds.
Okay, that is one I could see. Another one.
Yeah, the idea was
another one I could see not
as you're flying off. Hit them.
Yeah, another one I could see not so much for this type of ship, but for like more cruiser builds. The wide angle quantum torpedo, which is on the C-Store Sovereign, I want to say.
It is.
Yeah. Putting that in a rear slot, because the wide angle is a 180 degree fire rate, not a 90 degree. So if you put that in the rear slot, it will still fire at, like, if you're doing broadsiding, it will still be able to fire, and that saves up a forward weapon slot for like a more useful forward weapon. But like by that same logic, though, like if you're saving up that forward weapon,
if you're broadsiding, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you're broadsiding, then it actually doesn't matter where that weapon is, because you don't need your forward weapon slots for anything. And in fact, you might want to save your rear weapon slots for omnidirectional beams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you can get 3 omnidirectional beams on your ship at one time.
So we saved them.
So we at least helped the Revolution members get
have a fighting
chance of getting out of.
What is that thing?
Which
the Rivendell?
Oh, that is the Zindi Aquatic Carrier.
Oh, I completely missed the look of that. I want one of those.
Yeah, it is a sweet ass ship. Oh my goodness!
It's a Lobby ship, isn't it?
No, that was the lockbox prize.
That was the lockbox.
Yeah,
one?
The Lobby prize for that one was the Zindi Reptilian escort.
Hmm. And again, bridge officer slots empty, thankfully.
Oh, yeah.
Loadouts.
Yeah, that one dumped it for me, but yeah, I'll just use my loadouts to reset it.
I got 480 lithium.
Actually, apparently I didn't save my bridge officer loadout. Oh well. Actually, in fact, that's probably why that may in fact be why it reset for me. But whatever.
Anyway,
so you said you were flying the tactical command battlecruiser, right?
Yes.
Your cruiser commands, are they still shield frequency and attract fire?
Yes.
Okay, I figured that would be fixed for...
I never use attract fire, but
Yeah.
yes.
That's fine. I figured it would have been fixed. In fact, so in that case, I probably should have been using attract fire while you use shield frequency, but that's okay. We'll keep that in mind for next week. So that will be it for us for this week.
Yep. Next week is, I believe, another patrol.
Yeah, it should just be patrols.
It's another patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All we have left...
The last patrol.
Yeah, all we have left in the Delta Quadrant storyline is one more set of patrols, two normal missions. Because we didn't do What's Left Behind as a bonus one when it was added, because it is very much the capstone.
Huge.
Yeah, it is the capstone.
Huge spoilers.
It is the capstone of the Delta Quadrant story, and it sets up the next storyline. So hopefully, when season 10 hits, it's going to be more than just one or two featured episodes.
That'd be nice.
This past week, Cryptic actually did confirm that the Sector Space revamp, even though it is already on the beta realms, is a season 10 feature. Which kind of leads me to believe that season 10 is going to primarily be the Sector Space revamp. They probably have people working on missions, because I imagine they're going to want to expand the story by that point. I don't know whether it will have any major content added in addition to...
I could see them with that, just kind of expanding the patrol exploration
Yeah,
stuff.
they'll probably expand some of the patrol stuff in the Delta Quadrant. They're absolutely needing to expand them. They actually... I saw on the forum one of the devs mentioning that while they are adding a whole lot more planets that will have stuff, like that will have hooks as part of the Sector Space revamp, they're not adding any content for them as part of Sector 10, because it's just so many more planets. They plan to over time, but it will not be available at Season 10's release. However,
that'd be a ton of work.
because they're adding dozens upon dozens of planets. However, they have stated that all the hooks will be there for people doing user-generated content.
Foundry.
Yeah. So as soon as Season 10 hits, people will be able to start making missions for those planets, or at least that start on those planets right away.
That'll be good.
Yeah, it should be nice. But yeah, in any case, that'll be it for us for this week. We hope to see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.